Ryan, stop distracting Kaylee, please. Oh, okay. So you're just doing this little warm-up here. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. There are all sorts of options for number one. These are just a few of the options. You're naming an interior angle. That means it's inside the polygon. Yes? Yes, Mrs. Burgess. That's what it means.
Yes.
It's inside the polygon. If you're naming an exterior angle, what does exterior mean? Outside. Now, I just named this one RUV. You could have done VUR. This is another exterior angle here, UTX. That's another exterior angle there, TUW. You had some options. Okay? So that's kind of what that should have looked like. All right, so let's go to this part here. Polygon interior angles theorem. We just came up with that. What was the equation or the expression we came up to find out the sum of the angle measures? What was it? N minus 2 times 180. This is the number of sides. N minus 2 times 180. N is the number of sides. That adds up to the angles, okay? All right, polygon exterior angles theorem. They're talking about the outside angles, and there's kind of a cool picture in the book I'm trying to find here for you. Because I thought, how can I explain that? And really what you need to know about it is the sum of the measures of the exterior angles of a convex, oh, this is important, convex, one angle at each vertex is 360 degrees. So if you're going to add up the exterior angles of any polygon, they'll add to 360. But what they're saying here is one angle at each vertex, because that kind of confused me. I'm like, yeah, but there's more than one angle at each vertex. So if you look at this kind of nifty picture here. Here's a vertex. Here's an exterior angle. They're talking about just one here. There is one over here, but they're just using this one. And then that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one. And if they remove all those exterior angles and arrange them like this, look what they form.
Wow.
A circle, which is 360 degrees. Okay? Now, you could, if you didn't use the, see how these are kind of all on the same side as you go around? Okay? That is a set of exterior angles. If you happen to use this here, you would use that here, that, and that. But you don't need to know too much about exterior angles. What you really just need to know is that they add up to what?
360.
360. Okay? Yeah? All right. I know some people like to think that out, actually, believe it or not. All right, find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex hexagon. Is this a convex hexagon? Yeah. Yes, it is. You have options here. What would n be if we used our little formula here? N represents what? So n would be 6. And I could use my formula because I want to know the sum of the measures of the interior angles. So I'm going to say 6 minus 2 times 180. 4 times 180 is 720 degrees. If for some reason I just couldn't remember that formula, I could pick a vertex and draw diagonals. How many triangles do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So, and then I know it's 4 triangles times 180, 720 degrees. Okay? So, that's how you do that. All right, flip it over. All right, find the measure of angle A in the diagram. I need to know that angle. This is called a two-step. We need to do 2 steps.
No.
I can't really figure out A right now. I have to find the what? No. We're talking about the angles, so I should find the... But what were we just doing on the other side? What did we just do? The sum of the what? Yeah, I need to know what all these angles add up to so I can find my unknown angle, correct? I need to know what they all add up to. So step one is find the total sum of the angles first. Find the total sum of the angles first. How many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? So n is 5. So I'm going to do n minus 2 times 180. 5 minus 2 times 180. 3 times 180. The total, all five angles add up to 540 degrees. Now I can figure out what A is, right? If this plus this plus this plus this plus this equals 540, I'm going to write an expression, an equation, A plus 100 plus 90 plus 130 plus 130 equals 540 when I add them all up. I just went around. If I subtract all of this from 540, I'm going to find out that angle A is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, I have a question for you. If I have a three-sided figure, how many angles are there? 3. If I have a six-sided figure, how many angles are in a six-sided figure? 6. A pentagon, how many angles are in a pentagon? 5. How many angles are in a trapezoid? 4. 3 sides, 3 angles. 4 sides, 4 angles. It's kind of logical, right? We don't always think about it, though. 5 sides, 5 angles. 6 sides, 6 angles. Yes? And you keep that in mind for this particular next set that we're doing here. All right, find the measure of an entire angle of a stop sign. Yesterday we looked at stop signs online, remember? I'm going to try and draw one. It's not pretty, but it works. How many sides is a stop sign? 8 sides. Is it a regular polygon, did we decide?
No.
A stop sign we decided was a regular polygon. We did.
No.
We assumed it was. So if it's a regular polygon, what do I know about its sides? And what do I know about its angles? Okay, 8 sides. How many angles? 8 angles, correct? Always, okay? So let's see what we can do here. Find the measure of an interior angle of the stop sign. I want to know how big one angle is. Anybody have any ideas how I can do that? Allison.
You could find the sum of the interior angles and then divide it by 2.
Right on. If we know what they all add up to and they're all equal, we can divide that number by 8. Correct? Okay. So I'm going to use my formula. I said n minus 2 times 180 gives me the total angles, right? Divided by 8, because there's 8 angles. Divided by n, which is 8, same number of sides as angles. So 8 minus 2 times 180 divided by 8. Eight angles. You write 8 angles here. All right, when I do that math, I get 6 times 180 divided by 8 is 135 degrees. Now let's just look at that picture. Does that kind of make sense for one of these angles? Is it bigger than 90?
No, yes.
Yeah, it's bigger than 90. It's between about 90 and 100, isn't it? It makes about sense if you look at the size of the angle. Okay? All right, the crosswalk sign. Let's just say this is a regular five-sided figure. So I want you to figure out how much one angle is. How big is one angle? If it's a regular five-sided figure, you do it just like this. Regular five-sided figure. You find out the total, and then you divide by 5. Yes?
Yeah.
Total number of sides, take away 2 times 180 gives me the total angle sum, divided by 5 equal angles, and I get 108 for each angle. Yeah? Okay, we're gonna switch gears.
No.
We were talking about interior angles, now we're talking about exterior angles. What did I say about the exterior angles? I showed you that picture of any polygon that adds up to what? $360. Exterior angles add up to 360. So, all right, so if I'm talking about the stop sign here, if it has 8 interior angles, it has 8 exterior angles. And I want to find out how big each of those are. I would take the total, which is what?
8.
No. Well, yeah, but what do the exterior angles add up to? 360 divided by the 8 exterior angles. Each of them is 45 degrees.
Called it.
Because it's a regular polygon, all those exterior angles are equal. They add up to 360. Same with the five-sided figure. If the exterior angles add up to 360 and it's a regular polygon, I just divide by 5. And each exterior angle is 72 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
In order to use any of this stuff, we have to have a convex polygon. Cannot use it when it's a concave polygon. All right. Last step. Let's look at this. Are we going to use our interior thing, or are we going to use the exterior thing to solve this problem? Exterior angles. And what do we know about exterior angles? They add up to what? I heard it. Somebody said it. Yeah, 360. Be brave, you guys. 360. So I'm going to take this plus this plus this. 105 plus 8x plus 9x equals 360. I'm adding up the 3 exterior angles. I combine these two because they're on the same side of the equal sign. I can do that. I have 105 plus 17x total equals 360. Subtract 105, you get 17x equals 255. Subtract 105. And then you divide by 17. X equals 15. Now wait a minute. What are they asking me for? Are they asking me for x, or are they asking me for the angle measure?
Thanks.
Are we done?
Yep.
Yes. Always double check to see what they're asking you for, okay? All right, so 2 things. You're working with exterior angles add to 360. You can find the sum of the interior angles using that.
Yeah.
This was that extra credit problem. Do you remember a couple of tests back?
I got it right.
Yeah.